Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reclamation. Reclaim the world. This is episode 34 of our Let's Play series for Minecraft Java. And in this episode, well, we're going to be doing some mystical agriculture after I walk you guys through a few things for mechanism. So we are going to be trying to put together a fission reactor and turbine. And to get that going, we're going to need a few things. So for one, we're going to need a fluorite farm. To get fluorite, we're going to need fluorite seeds from mystical agriculture. And to do that, we're going to have to tier up the essences using mechanism. So I've already gotten the preliminaries, but I want to walk you guys through what I've done and the path that we're going to have to take to get all the necessary things to be able to make the turbine and the reactor. So this is going to be the turbine. This is going to be the reactor. I've already got a nuclear waste barrel sitting here with a pressurized tube waiting for the structure to be built. And we already have water. I've also made the blocks. All of these blocks are super easy to make. It's all stuff that we've already been doing. Easy peasy. This is lead. So you're going to have to get this stuff together. This is just tin and steel. So what I want you guys to do is make up these blocks too. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mouse over each one of them. That way you can see what they are and how many. So I've got 16 of these electromagnetic coils. 64, 64, 64, 64 pressure dispersers. So that's 4 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or actually, we're missing some right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's because I moved it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stacks of reactor glass. 1 rotational complex. Some saturating condensers. 5 turbine blades. Turbine casings. Whole bunch of those. Turbine rotor. Turbine valve. Turbine vents. And of course a sink. You're going to need radioactive. This is for the turbine. This is for the reactor. You're going to need some radioactive waste barrels. You're going to need fission reactor casings, quite a few of them. You're going to need some more reactor glass. You're going to need fission reactor ports. You're going to need fission reactor logic adapters. You're going to need fission fuel assemblies. And 5 control rod assemblies. Okay? That's what you're going to need. You're going to need to make that stuff. We're not going to probably get to use it today, but you guys will need to have it made. So, okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to walk you through the process, because that thing doesn't just run on its own. You have to provide fuel for it, right? This right here is the line that you have to take to make the fuel. So the fuel is called fissile fuel. So we're going to basically walk backwards on how to make it. Okay? So fissile fuel is created in the isotopic centrifuge with uranium hexafluoride. Uranium hexafluoride is made in a chemical infuser by combining uranium oxide and hydrofluoric acid. Okay? Uranium oxide is made in a chemical oxidizer using yellow cake uranium. Yellow cake uranium is gotten in an enrichment chamber by enriching uranium ingots, and it makes 2 yellow cake uranium. Okay, so ideally you're also going to want a uranium farm as well. So we're also going to be doing that. Okay, so let's backtrack. So this turns into the uranium oxide, and that combined with hydrofluoric acid produces your uranium hexafluoride. So your hydrofluoric acid is created in the chemical dissolution chamber by, yep, you guessed it, fluorite. Okay, so we're going to have a steady supply of fluorite because we're going to need it for multiple things. So this reaction right here requires sulfuric acid, and to get sulfuric acid you have to combine water vapor with sulfur trioxide. So water vapor is putting water into a rotary condensator, and it's going to turn it into this water vapor. Okay, you combine the water vapor with sulfur trioxide, it gives you sulfuric acid. The trioxide is made in a chemical infuser with oxygen and sulfur dioxide. We already know where to get oxygen from. Sulfur dioxide is created in a chemical oxidizer using sulfur. So how do you get sulfur? Sulfur is made with water and oxygen, and it creates coal blocks, and it creates sulfur dust. Now this is a really good conversion right here, so I went with the coal blocks. This requires you to dust it. It has to be in dust form, so I decided to go with coal blocks instead. So water, oxygen, coal blocks inside the chemical injection chamber. The pressurized reaction chamber. So water, oxygen, coal blocks inside the pressurized reaction chamber gives you 9 sulfur dust. And then of course the sulfur dust inside the chemical oxidizer gives you your sulfur dioxide, which is used to make sulfur trioxide, which is used to make sulfuric acid, which is used to make hydrofluoric acid, which is used to make uranium hexafluoride from uranium oxide, which comes from your yellow cakes. And then this is fed into the isotopic centrifuge to make your fissile fuel. Your fissile fuel will be fed into your reactor, which is what these blocks are going to be. Your reactor will output radioactive waste. Okay? Okay. There's some things about radioactive waste that are really important. Number one, if that stuff ever gets out into the world, it will cause radiation and it can kill you. Okay? So super bad stuff. These barrels, do not ever break these barrels when they have radioactive waste in them, because you'll be sorry. Just don't do it. Okay? If you need to empty out the barrel, then you have to use pipes. There are ways to void things. I'll get to that here in a little while. But you don't want to avoid this because we're going to be using it for a whole bunch of stuff. All right? So this nuclear waste that you get, okay, we're going to be wanting to use it. So it can be used for two primary things. First off, an isotropic centrifuge can turn it into plutonium. If you run it through a solar neutron activator, it'll turn it into polonium. Both of these things have a solid state. You can turn them into polonium pellets and plutonium pellets. Okay? So the plutonium pellets are created with the plutonium and more fluorite. This, you have to actually crush it to make it usable. So, but anyway, so the byproduct to making this plutonium pellets and for making the polonium pellets is the spent nuclear waste. Spent nuclear waste can't be used for anything unless you have a way to avoid it. You just put it in the waste barrels and it'll slowly decay and disappear, right? But I came up with a solution to that. Hopefully it'll work. I found this fluid trash can. So we're just going to pipe it directly into this fluid trash can to void it, right? Because you can't do anything with it anyway. So might as well. All right. Okay. So now that we've covered that, what is all this? Well, remember I told you about the sulfur, right? Well, we got to make sulfur. So the only way to make sulfur is in the pressurized reaction chamber. So you're going to need cold blocks, you're going to need oxygen, we already know how to get oxygen, and you need water, and then it makes 9 sulfur, right? And this is how we're going to get our sulfur dioxide. Okay, that's how we're going to get that. So basically what I did was I made another coal farm right here, and then this guy's making coal, and this is a logistical sorter. Let's see if I can find it in this so I can show you real quick. So the logistical sorter is actually pretty easy to make, and it allows you to filter what's going in and out of your pipes, which is really great. So you can just say new filter, and I just did item stack and then dragged coal blocks to it, but you can also do tags and mod ID. Okay, so, and you can also turn the filter on and off. So that's what that does. It doesn't require power per se. It just needs to have your filter defined for it to do anything. So anyway, this thing is filtering coal blocks. Coal blocks go in here, and it mixes with the oxygen and the water, and it makes our sulfur. So this is where our water is coming from, and over here. So the water goes in right here, and then this is oxygen, which is coming from here. This is an electrolytic separator, and it's separating oxygen and hydrogen from the water. And it goes into here, and then it goes around. And then this is our hydrogen, which is already full. It's because this has a byproduct of hydrogen also. So, and I didn't want to waste it, so we have hydrogen out the wazoo. But anyway, that's what this is, and we're going to be using that in the fissile fuel generation. But that's only one part. We need fluorite and we need uranium. So those two things are over here. So we got uranium seeds and fluorite seeds are both of the seeds that we need, okay? And we're going to have to do a little work for the uranium seeds because it's going to want yellow cake. So we already have to have that a little bit of that stuff set up already. It also needs liquid uranium hexafluoride. So anyway, I've got all this stuff over here set up in a logical manner so that we can see where everything is supposed to go and all that. Okay. So, to make what we need to make, we're going to need some mats. First thing we're going to need is some elements, and it doesn't really matter what elements. You can just grab some, right? Like we have bunches of water, and we can do that. We can do fire. Remember, this is kind of works like the bees, so it's going to consume as you go up in tiers. So we're going to grab some of this mana steel out, and we need to go downstairs and get some source gems. Oh shoot, I didn't check that. Oh, we're still okay. All right, so we have quite a lot of source gems. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking 4 would probably be enough. All right. And of course, we're going to need some base infernium, which we have plenty of. But we're going to need the most of that, so. All right, let's do this. So I can make this level bigger. We're probably going to need to. Probably. Dude. Tell you what, man. Endermen are nuts. Okay. So, get rid of those. So now we should have everything we need to make our dust. And I think I finished making the enriched iron and stuff, so these should be empty. Should be empty. I need to make this smelter, but honestly, it's just easier to run over there and throw the stuff in there. To be honest. So we're going to make this. So we got to fill this up with infernium. And then we just insert this stuff. So it does use a lot. See that? It does use a lot. Now there are quite a lot of seeds that we can make. Glowstone would be really good. Amethyst, I mean osmium, lapis, I mean all of this stuff is like really good, right? So having that farm way bigger would be very beneficial. But we got to do this first, so. I'm trying to set things up so that they can all be automated and put into a system. Once we get AE started, you know, we'll be able to put everything into the same system, which will be nice. You know, it'll be nice. So each one of these seeds requires 4. So the ones we need right now the most are the uranium and the fluorite, because we have to make dedicated farms for these two. So that's going to be 8. We need at least 8 for right now. And we have run out. I don't know if I have any over here. I might have already transferred it. I mean, we can totally grow it, right? I just haven't. But totally could. And we already have some of these already made. So let's put this stuff in here for now. So I have 20 of this. I don't have any of the blue ones, so. Now, the Modpack has already insinuated that there's going to be creative crafts. I don't know if we're going to do them or not. I don't know. Number one, honestly, the Modpack is not very popular, and the views on it are kind of really low, which is kind of sad for me, but I kind of don't really want to continue on something that no one's really interested in watching, so we'll see if it picks up. I mean, we're still really early in the released videos, so I think like today like 11 released, episode 11, so maybe it'll get better or maybe it won't. I don't know, but I think that, I mean, there's no real reason to keep going if no one's gonna watch it. Alright, so I think that's all we're going to get out of this. So this is going to be kind of expensive. I don't know. I don't think you can, yeah, you can't. So it is pretty much a, yeah, this is going to be a pretty expensive process, I think. So this is going to be mana steel. So we put these in here. So it's still got in some. Let's dump that. Ugh. Just ugh. Yeah, that's crazy. That's such a terrible conversion, dude. It's such a terrible conversion. We don't need any more of those, right? Okay, we do not need the green stuff at all. Oh my gosh. Gosh. We could set up automation for all of this stuff. I just haven't done it. Yep. Alright, so that's how many we got out of that. So the next tier up, I can't produce more. Go ahead and dump that. See how many we can get. Okay, so we got 18. It takes 4 per, so. Put these up. So really, you're gonna need to have quite a few farms. You're gonna need an Infernium farm. You're just gonna have to tier this stuff up, you know? You could probably have dedicated thingies doing it. But to have your mystical agriculture farm, you're really gonna have to do that. So let's see where we stand on this level. Alright, so if I'm standing right here and I'm facing south, so we have all of this. So there's 3 chunks to the south and then 3 chunks over that we can open this up with. I mean, that's not too bad, honestly. That's a lot more room for farms. I would like to grow the fluorite and stuff on that level because my mechanism level is getting kind of cramped. So, all right. So what kind of stuff are we gonna need for this? So this is gonna need uranium, plus we need the yellow cakes. Oh, so let's go all the way downstairs and see about how much uranium we got stockpiled in the orchard room. We only have 619. I mean, that's not ideal. So we need 1 block, and then we're going to need a stack of this. Now, I could just stick these in our thingy right now to do it. We'll probably do that. And then the fluorite, it's going to take a fluorite block, 2 demon will, and the plastic. So we're going to need a fluorite block. And I mean, we got a little bit more fluorite than uranium, but yeah, we really need to make these. We really do. It's going to be kind of important. Diamond probably wouldn't be bad either. Oh, diamonds are down here. Okay, so no diamonds for us right this very second. Certus quartz. Steel seeds. Oh, steel would be nice. But let's do this one thing at a time because, yeah. I mean, obviously, all these seeds are be really nice. But, you know, you got to be picky and choosy a little bit because we don't have a whole lot of mats. So let's just focus on these two right this very second. Okay, so we're going to need a few other things to go with this. Number one, we need prosperity shards, which I don't know if I have any more. Oh, I don't see any. here we go. Our prosperity shards, and we're going to need some seeds. 2 seeds. Alright. So there's our seeds. So the fluorite requires a plastic. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then put these together, and now you have a plastic, which is for something. I don't actually know what a plastic is for. I guess that's the only thing it's for? Okay, well, we have that. And we're going to need 2 demon will crystals. And this guy needs yellow cake. And we're going to need liquid uranium hexafluoride. Uranium hexafluoride. So we are literally going to have to set this up. That's annoying. Give me those. Okay, that gave me gunpowder. That was not what we were wanting. Oh, okay. So how do I get the... Oh, right. The yellow cake was uranium, wasn't it? Yeah, it was uranium. Silly me. It was uranium. So there's our yellow cake. But we're not going to be able to do anything with it right this very second, so... So, let's stick him in there. We have to walk through all of that stuff to get the uranium seeds. But we can get the fluorite done for sure. So let's go get the demon will crystals. Those are going to be out there in the blood magic area. And my blood is gone. You know, I went AFK out here for like a bazillion years. It was overnight and then some. I built this like little structure. There's still a part of it still here. I built this like little thing and closed myself completely in, made sure I had enough food, stuck a torch in it, and I just stayed there all night. I don't think I'll do it again though, because it took like a long time to save. So it was not good. Of course, I suppose soon we won't need all this blood and stuff because we'll be using the turbine. So I suppose it'll be fine. So let's go ahead and get the crystals. But yeah, I did actually have this blood all the way filled, but yeah, not anymore. Like I said, once I get the turbine up and going, we'll have plenty of power, so won't need to worry about doing that anymore. I might actually take it apart, to be honest. Actually, I think we have enough to do it now. The fluorite seeds are really important because they're used like for multiple things. So I think we'll stick to fluorite farm right here. All right. So we need our prosperity seed base. And we need our fluorite. And we need our demon will. And our handy dandy rod. And go ahead and put this stuff on there. There we go. We got our fluorite seeds. So that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very nice. So we're gonna have to get some dirt. Some dirt. So we're gonna come over here and see if we can locate our flowers of amazingness. And harvest some up. We should probably set up another line for this. Honestly. Probably should. How many of those do I have? Infernian seeds? Oh, wow. Okay, I got quite a few. So, let's set some up. And then we'll set up a barrel. Actually, I should set the barrel up first. Give me a barrel. Yeah. I built this to be modular, so we're gonna have to go this way with it. Which means we're gonna have to get rid of the emergency lava. It doesn't need to go anywhere, it just needs to be here, you know. So we're gonna have to get rid of the lava. So we're gonna need some more of these shafts. I gotta make sure that it keeps going in that direction. It does, right? We're pointed to the west or east. So no, that's the end. That is the end. logistics suck. So that's the end. So what can we do? We could bring it this direction. I just extend how far over this goes. Okay. Put this in there. So, let's get out this logistical transporter. And we need to configure this going all the way down here, like that. And we need to pop the belt. And go all the way down. Like that. I think that was it. Okay. So we need to reconfigure this. Because we need to be able to have a lot more storage barrels, drawers, and then we're going to need to... Oh. So you can't go that way with it. I don't need the lava anymore, so we could just leave that. I don't need the lavas. I don't need the lavas. Okay, is good enough. Just let this go away. Okay, so we're gonna need another chute. I don't have any chutes. I made a whole bunch. They're downstairs. Go get some chutes real quick from the Botania level, and then we'll come back up and get this all set up. I'll just take some with me, way that I have some on that level. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is I need andesite. Do I have? Actually, I think I have some up there already. I'm going to need some andesite funnels, but yeah, we're going to get this all set up. It's going to be amazing. So we need a whole bunch of these. Give me these. Oh. Oops. Kind of funny looking, isn't it? Okay. So first things first, let's do the chute. And then we're going to do the pipes. Oh, it's going to build up a little bit because I got to remove all this. Oops. There. Okay. So those guys are all situated. So now we can just run this along. Nope. Nope. You have to go up and over. Okay. We should be good. Stick all that stuff in there. Alright. So now I need some funnels. Where are my funnels? Oh, there they are. Okay. Here are funnels. So we're gonna need some infernium seeds. So I need just one infernium. And then I'll lock it. All right. So 1 inferium. And we'll lock it. And this will get us collecting infernium, which is kind of important. Oof. Probably get rid of most of this gold. We have so much gold planted. It's a little cray-cray. Okay. Right, I didn't do the thingy. Okay. There it goes. We're depositing. All right. Rat. All right. Now we should be gold. We should be golden now. Gotta get fixed. Got it fixed. So everything should be working within proper parameters. Well, I don't have voids on these things. I probably should. Probably. But we got room now for other things, so it's good. Put that guy up. Put this guy up. Water can up. This up. Yeah, we're gonna have to grow a whole bunch of that infernium. so that we can do the tearing up. But anyway, we need to do the fluorite. So the fluorite, we're going to need to tear this guy up. Well, he retained all his stuffers, so that's good. Alright, we've got 2 seeds now. I can move this guy down for the next one that gets tiered up, and this guy like that, and let's go put this in our onesies. Well, that won't do. That won't do at all. Oh, that's a terrible one. Absolutely atrocious. That's silver. Oh, it's actually not bad. All right. Not bad at all. Oh, that one's not bad at all either. We like it when things come out right. Yes, we do. Oh, no, that one pittered. No, 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 no. Keep it all 10s. Nope. we go. Okay, this one. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to tear this up to 10, and then we're going to duplicate it a whole bunch of times, and then we're going to plant a garden of fluorite, and then we're going to drop our fluorite pipes and get this all going, because we got to have fluorite to do what we're trying to do, so we need a lot of it. So we have to set up an auto crafter and all that jazz and rigmarole. But this is going to be a dedicated line, so I don't want it with the other. I need a lot. We're going to need like ×3 fluorite, so. And we're going to have some of it break off to be normal fluorite, and then other needs to get powdered. So it's going to be like this big thing. It's being a jerk. It's not letting us have an upgrade. Stop being a jerk. I should probably pause the video and do this not on camera, because it's just going to eat up all of our time. Okay guys, so alright, so I tiered the seeds up, and we've got a farm going and an auto crafter going. We were kind of running a little late on the video, and lately the videos have been like 2 hours long, so, or around 2 hours long, so I decided to just kind of expedite it a little bit. So this is stuff that you've already seen. So I set up the auto crafter, and the fluorite is going into this barrel right here, and then going up into the machine area. So we have them separated, see? So we got the fluorite essence and the fertilized essence. So anyway, that's all done. If I would have done it on camera, it would have taken almost 2 hours. I've been doing this for about 2 hours, so I can go upstairs and show you where it comes out at. Oh my gosh, there's so many Endermen. It's driving me absolutely bananas. So this is where it comes out at. And we are set and ready to start putting some stuff together. But we're not going to be doing it today. It was a short episode, but that's okay. Short in terms of like things we did. But so in the next episode, we're going to be doing this. We have to put all of this together, get it all set up so that we can make the fissile fuel. It's gonna be a lot, that's for sure. But anyway, I think that's going to be just about it for this episode. For once, we had an episode that wasn't like super duper long. I appreciate y'all coming along today, and I had a lot of fun and hope you did too. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. You guys do have homework. You need to make all of those blocks that I showed you at the beginning of the episode. Alright? Alright. I will catch you guys later. You guys take care, alright? Toodles!